Well, Bitcoin's not dead yet. In fact, quite the opposite. I've got massive news for you today. A second country has adopted Bitcoin as legal tender within the country. Yes, that is exactly right. Another country has made Bitcoin into their local currency, which is like crazy stuff, man. I'll be covering that story for you today, as well as some other really big adoption stories, just to remind you that in spite of the lackluster price action we have been seeing recently, Bitcoin fundamentally has never been better. We'll also look at the charts too, because that's, fun to do. My name's Lark. Every day I make videos talking about cryptocurrency investing. If you like that topic, like stay updated with what's happening in this fast moving cryptocurrency market, a little tap on the thumbs up button would be, well, totally freaking awesome. So thanks so much for taking a quick second to do that. By the way, every single week my team and I make Wealth Master. It's a cryptocurrency investor report. We talk about DeFi, we talk about altcoins and NFTs and much more. Sign up for free using the link down below in the description. Now let's talk about the price of Bitcoin. I was thinking about this today, and we're actually doing pretty okay, considering, right, that all of this mayhem is happening in the equity markets right now. People are freaking out over what's happening with the bond markets and some of the stocks. I mean, geez, some of these stocks out here are just straight up trading like shit coins, man. Look at it, like Netflix is down like 80%, Zoom's down like 80%, Peloton's down like 90%. I don't know, it's just crazy, man. It's crazy. Meanwhile, Bitcoin's not actually doing all that bad. We're only down like 45% from our all-time high. It's not that crazy, is it? And interestingly, in spite of all that macro fear going on, we're still at $39,000. I'll take it. That's not too bad if you ask me. Now, we are still approaching that death cross here on the 3-day charts, so that is definitely something to keep in mind. If you just put that under your hat, think about it, when you're in the shower or whatever, like, oh, we do have that death cross coming up. Also, I'd like to point this out here too. This is our trend line. Man, that's a close tap there, isn't it? We are still by a thread hanging on to this line right here. If this is our bounce, that would actually be pretty damn sexy, if you ask me. I mean, it's looking good. It's looking good, man. This could be just all that drama, all that price drama, just another higher low, although that one is barely a higher low, but still a higher low. And of course, the wicks keep moving up. Not that bad when you take that perspective into mind here. That being said, we are still trading under basically every relevant moving average that we've got on the books here. We're well below all of them. So definitely the bears are still in charge of the markets here. And in spite of, yeah, we are holding up okay, we are still seeing heavy levels of correlation to the equity markets here, which, not super awesome when it comes down to it. So that is something to keep in mind here. Let's just bring this up. Let me reset the scale price. So this is the NASDAQ and the S&P 500. You can see Bitcoin tracking right along with those. They go up, we go up, they go down, we go down. But, like I said, we haven't gone down too dramatically recently, which is a positive thing. Now, that's what the price of Bitcoin is doing at the moment. Let's talk about some of the good news that we have been seeing in just the last day. So, one of Dubai's biggest real estate developers is going to start accepting Bitcoin and cryptocurrencies. So, that's some Ethereum as well there. That's pretty gosh darn cool. So, Dubai, obviously, they've been going big time into the crypto scene, passing regulations, trying to make themselves into a cryptocurrency hub. This announcement from one of their biggest real estate developers that they will accept Bitcoin and cryptocurrency will definitely be appealing to a certain kind of entrepreneur. So that's cool. I like that. Allows for, more free money across border flows to happen. We also have the city of Buenos Aires in Argentina that will be permitting tax payments to happen in Bitcoin. So that is really, really great. So another city adopting cryptocurrency for taxes, and I don't think that's going to be super popular if I'm being totally honest. I mean, who wants to really pay their taxes to their local government in Bitcoin? I guess if you're a Bitcoin trader or, you have some very crypto related stuff, it does become interesting then. You don't have to sell your Bitcoin and then pay your taxes. You can just pay it directly. But still, it's nice adoption. The fact that they're doing it is a very, very positive thing for crypto. It just continues to social proof this entire movement. The fact that you can pay your taxes in now dozens of major cities around the world, it matters. It matters, man. It really, really does. Brazil as well, sticking in South America for the next news story. Brazil's Senate approves the Bitcoin law to regulate cryptocurrencies. Awesome. Very, very, very awesome. So this is a major piece of legislation in Brazil that will not make Bitcoin into legal tender or anything like that, but it's a massive step towards regulating the cryptocurrency market in Brazil, providing that kind of clarity and certainty that people so deeply desire to have in the markets. It's really been interesting to see Brazil just charging headfirst into the crypto scene. They were the second country to approve Bitcoin and Ethereum ETFs. We've seen a lot of action happening in Brazil regarding, different big platforms offering, Bitcoin payments, and obviously a lot of investors there are very interested in what is happening. So this is great. I'm very excited about it. I think all these positive regulations that we see happening in places like Brazil, right? It's really just taking off in such a serious way in these countries that need crypto more than the Western countries do. The Western countries, they have a moat that they need to keep around their currencies to protect themselves, right? Whereas these developing countries, and Brazil's a major economy, mind you, but still their local fiat currency has had its ups and downs over time, without a doubt. It is not the global reserve currency, right? So they have a lot of ability to adapt and thrive by adopting this new technology. Which leads us on to our final story of the day. We have got our second country which has made Bitcoin into legal tender, and it's one that nobody saw coming. The Central African Republic. And I know what you're thinking, Lark, where the heck is the Central African Republic? I got a clue for you. It's in the central part of Africa. Da-da-da. Anyway, so this rumor was floating around earlier this week, and we didn't have any good sources for it, but it now seems we've got some good sources for it. We've had some declarations made by the government of the Central African Republic, and they have come out and say that, yes, we are indeed adopting Bitcoin as legal tender within the country. And I know, someone's already down in the comment section going, but, Lark. I know. The GDP of the Central African Republic is like $2 billion. It is an incredibly impoverished nation. Compare that to El Salvador, which has a GDP of like $26 billion a year. Still very small by comparison. The populations are approximately the same. Central African Republic's 5 million. El Salvador is like 6 million. But dramatically different in terms of the levels of poverty, the levels of development between the two countries, and there's political problems in the center. Which country doesn't have political problems at this point? Anyway, I understand. The internet access is very low in the Central African Republic and all this kind of stuff, right? There's these issues going on, but focusing on that stuff distracts from what a historic moment this is. The second country has officially adopted Bitcoin as legal tender, and they don't do this because something's wrong in their country and there's all this, poverty and stuff happening. They do it because Bitcoin is a solution for people. right? The more mobile phones you get into people's hands, the more Bitcoin they're able to access. They're able to send and receive remittances easier. They're able to do international commerce easier. See, a country like the Central African Republic, when it comes to its standing in the world in terms of the way international banks look at them, in terms of the way that we see, the IMF and people like this looking at Central African Republic, it's predatory. And a country like this is largely excluded from the international financial system. Bitcoin offers hope. Bitcoin offers freedom. Bitcoin offers opportunities. Adopting Bitcoin could be one of the best things that this country does in terms of trying to turn its situation around, bring wealth into the country, empower local entrepreneurs, empower local businesses, empower more person-to-person commerce using the mobile phones. Second country has now officially done it. The question now becomes, who's going to be the third country? You see, it's so important that we have another country that's done it because it's no longer just El Salvador. Little old lonely El Salvador leading the way. Now somebody else has put their hand up and said, we're going to do it too. You're not alone anymore. This is social proofing. Oh, it's just two small countries that don't have that big of GDPs that have adopted Bitcoin as legal currencies within their countries. And then it's going to be 3, and then it's going to be 4, and then it's going to be 5 and 6 and 7 and 8 and 9 and 10. And then it's going to be a big economy like Switzerland. And then it's going to be France. And before you frickin' know it, the Bitcoin standard is everywhere. It's coming. It's coming. A lot of people didn't believe it. If you told most people a year ago, look, two countries are going to adopt Bitcoin as a legal freaking currency within their countries, people would tell you that you're freaking crazy. Oh, it's just dumb internet money, man. No one's ever going to do that. Here it is. Third one's coming soon. Probably going to be Tonga, unless somebody else surprises us like the Central African Republic did. Tonga's been making a lot of statements that they are intending to adopt Bitcoin. But it could be anybody. I guarantee this, there will be a third country. And it's probably going to happen this year, would be my guess. Anyway, just my 2 Satoshis for the day. Your question, which country do you think is going to adopt Bitcoin next? Let me know down below in the comment section. Thanks so much for watching today's video, and peace out till next time.